Hello, students. I am ANUSHREE, Assistant Professor from School of Management, Babu Banarsi Das University. Today, I will discuss on the topic demand forecasting from the subject Managerial Economics, bearing code NBBA 5302. First, what is demand forecasting all about? Demand is consumers' demand to purchase goods and services, while forecasting is a practice of predicting what would happen in the future by taking into consideration the facts and figures in the past. Demand forecasting, as we know, is a combination of two words. The first one is demand and the another forecasting. Therefore, it is a technique for estimation of probable demand for a product or services in the future. Demand forecasting should be done on a scientific basis, and facts and events related to forecasting should be considered. It is based on the analysis of past demand for that product or service in the present market condition. Types of demand forecasting. It is bifurcated on two ways, based on the economy, secondly, based on the time. Based on the economy, we have three types of forecasting. First, macro level forecasting. Second, industry level forecasting. Third, firm level forecasting. Macro level forecasting deals with the forecasting on the whole economy. Measurement is done with the help of IIP, Index of Industrial Production, National Income, and general level of employment. It basically deals with the market fluctuations, how recession, how market fluctuations like inflation, slowdown can impact the demand for a product or service. Industry level forecasting is segregated to a particular industry. Now, with the demand for the industry's product, textile industry, technology, IT industry, all. Firm level forecasting is forecasting the demand for a particular firm's product, like demand for uh, Birla Cement, demand for Raymond's Textile, demand for HDFC Bank services for a firm level forecasting internal to the firm. On the basis of time period, we have two types of forecasting, which is short-term forecasting and second, long-term forecasting. Short-term forecasting covers a short period of time. Depending upon the nature of the industry, it is done generally for 6 months or maybe less than a year. So short-term forecasting is used in tactical decisions. Long-term forecasting involves a longer period of time, say 2 to 5 years to 6 years, and it gives information for major strategy decisions of the firm, planning decisions. For example, expansion of plant capacity, opening a new unit of business, setting up any unit, any kind of this. Long-term forecasting, that means strategy making, planning decisions. Now, the methods of demand forecasting is since we know that it is a systematic and scientific estimation of future demand, there are several methods of demand forecasting applied in terms of the following. Like we have to consider the purpose of forecasting. Why are we undertaking forecasting decisions? What is the objective behind that? Second, how much data is available with us, like past records, annual reports, quarterly reports, data availability, like surveys, analysis we have done, how much analysis we have. Now, the third, the time frame within which the demand is to be forecasted. That is, it is for a short period of time or it is for longer period of time. Now, each method varies from one another and hence the forecaster must select that method which best suits the requirement as per the objectives of the organization, as per the demand for product or service. Now, based on it, we have two types of demand forecasting methods. The one is quantitative, the other one is qualitative. Now, quantitative involves numbers. There are statistical methods which are used when the forecasting of demand is to be done for a longer period of time. The statistical methods are used more often because they are more reliable, There's a minimum element of subjectivity in the statistical method. Estimation method is scientific. They are more accurate. And the cost involved in the estimation of demand is also minimum. And it utilizes the historical and cross-sectional data in the form of annual reports, in the form of the past records we have to estimate the long-term demand for a product. Not just product, but services also in the form of feedbacks and all. We get to know that what can be the future demand for any product. Now, examples can be trend projection method, barometric method, econometric method, all involving statistical data. Then we have qualitative method. They are based more on opinions, consumer behaviors, market research analysis, experiences, and sometimes best guesses. The intelligent guesses, not random guesses, but intelligent. Now, with qualitative demand forecasting, predictions are based on expert knowledge of how the market works. Now, here we have consumer survey methods, like we can mail the questionnaires, we can mail the feedback forms, or the anonymous links, the mails which we get to know what is the consumer opinion towards a particular product or service, whether they like the services they avail, whether they want some changes, what were the shortcomings, anything like that. Second, opinion poll methods. The popular opinion is being taken and accordingly forecasting is being done. After that, we focus on the process of demand forecasting. How demand forecasting process, what are the steps in the forecasting process? As we know, demand forecasting is not based on assumptions, a kind of intelligent guess, we can say, but it is a systematic and scientific process of estimating future sales and performance, as well as directing the resources accordingly. Right? So the steps involved in standard demand forecasting process are as follows. First is setting the objectives. What are the goals, aims, and objectives of an organization, or why are we undertaking the demand forecasting process? Whether we are taking it for a particular product, or for the whole unit, or for the sales, or for any kind of what are we planning. Secondly, determining the time perspective, whether it is for a short period of time, within 1 year, or for a longer period of time, involving expansion. Thirdly, selecting a suitable demand forecasting method. We want to go ahead with the qualitative method as per our requirements, or we want to go with the quantitative method, depending on the time requirements, depending on the budget and the finances we have. After that, we will collect the data from the method of demand forecasting we undertake. After collecting the data, then we will analyze and interpret the results. And then accordingly, we will focus on the forecasting process, that we will plan how much sales or how much production need to be done so as to satisfy the consumer's demand for a particular product or service, so that we are not landed with any case of overproduction, supply constraint, or underproduction. Demand forecasting is a very important process. It is very useful for the organization. Some of the importance of demand forecasting are like, it helps in the preparation of budget for the organization. It helps in making management decisions about pricing, about costing. It helps in evaluating performance by means of feedback, consumers' opinion, the shortcomings in a particular product or service. It helps in evaluating various factors which affect demand and supply, whether the price is a factor affecting the demand, whether the quality of a product, whether the consumers want some additional features to be added to enhance the quality of a product, or are they not satisfied with the services or the supply, proper supply at the time. So these are the factors which affect the demand and supply, and demand forecasting is one of such process which can help in identifying these factors. Next, it enables management staff to know about various forces relevant to the study of demand behavior, internal also, external also, the market research, market fluctuations, the SWOT analysis, anything like that. Next, it helps in fulfilling the objectives of business by attaining goals such as profit making, profit planning, capital planning, pricing decision, etc. So students, this is all about demand forecasting. I hope you understand. Thank you.